It's time to see Tommy Egan's perspective of offence, guys. Welcome back to Par, welcome back to another review, and it is the third last episode of the original series. We've got It's All Your Fault. We kick off this episode, Tommy getting rid of BG's body and the car, pays the guy off. Da, 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 da. Life is going great here. His mum then picks him up, she takes him home. Talking about how things have went kind of crazy with him and Ghost recently, and you see that his mum Kate here is, yeah, she's always had that bit of relationship with Ghost, but I think towards the end of this episode, it's almost like here that's kind of come out of nowhere with the fact she like treats him like his proper son character. Then we cut to Elisa Marie and her aunt, who was the sister of Benny, but of course Benny's dead, so now Elisa Marie is being looked after by this woman. And then, yeah, what we see here is Vincent arrives at the door, and Vincent is worried because Benny's missing. And we're all kind of worried at this point because Benny's missing, but Benny is, of course, dead because Tommy killed him. But now it looks like the murder of Benny's being put on Vincent, so he's put two guys on the door to guard from Tommy, so to speak. So yeah, at this point, it's not looking good. Elisa Marie's in listening to the recording that Proctor had of Tommy killing Ruiz, and also I think it was the Lobos kill as well. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of, the stuff that could incriminate Tommy Egan. Our aunt hears this, and then we flash to a scene where they go to Tyreek to confirm if it's Tommy's voice. Obviously, he knows it's Tommy, but he denies that. But our aunt calls Tyreek out in her shit. And of course, Tyreek then tells Tommy. And then Tommy finds out the address. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, how quickly do these guys find out about witnesses? It's incredible. I mean, in this sense, right, it makes sense that Tyreek would tell Tommy. Of course, he's going to tell Tommy. It makes no sense for him not to tell Tommy. He has to tell Tommy. The only option is Tommy. Rodriguez then confronts the main guy, Tommy Egan, damn it. And yeah, I mean, but you know what, right? Obviously, Ghost died a few episodes ago. And part of me's really enjoyed, like, this gimmick of, like, certain characters getting a hell of a lot of focus on these episodes. But at the same time, it's almost weird. Because I feel like it's just a weird way to end the show. Like, it'd be almost different if it was, like, going into the last season, but I thought with Ghost dying, it was early to kill him because you had 5 episodes to go, but it turns out that, like, all these episodes are simply based around, like, other people's offence in the build up to Ghost's death and, like, a wee bit of aftermath afterwards. Now, the only thing I would say that excites me a bit for the spin-offs, it seems like these spin-offs might, like I know one's a prequel of Kenan, but the other two, it looks like they're literally going to just take place straight after the offence of this show ends. So that excites me. I don't really like spin-offs that take place like years after, and maybe like a lot of the aftermath that should have took place in this original show will take place in the start of some of the other spin-offs. But at the same time, it just seems, I don't know, it's a weird concept they've went for. It's definitely a Hail Mary, so to speak, to like focus on so many characters. Like, here, I thought Dre warranted an episode. I don't think Paz did. Tommy absolutely does, right? I've watched the next episode with Rashad Tate. I think because of how much focus he's had, I can almost accept that. But I almost think you could maybe fit him and Paz into the same episode, to be honest. But here, that's just Big Stevie Cool thinking out loud with some wishful thinking. Tommy then receives some like items back that belong to Lakesha, and he discovers the earring that Holly stole for Tasha, so he knows that was not Lakesha's. And guess what happens? He confronts Tasha, and she admits to killing Lakesha, and now Tommy is going to kill Tasha, but then he spares her for whatever reason. We don't really know whatever reason he spared her for here. Tommy then goes to talk to Ghost. We've seen this like shoot out, it feels like, a million times at this point, and at this point we have no idea who was shooting at them, but we do find out in the next episode, but I'll just save it for then. But like I said at the time, like in episode, it just felt like a really weird shootout. Tommy and Ghost are getting shot at, but we see Tommy's perspective. He runs into the building, drops a guy, and he's like, "Wait a minute, you're not Italian." It turns out it's this old black guy. So Tommy obviously thought it was Elisa Marie's uncle Carlo, because Carlo is a big scary man. Absolutely a big scary man. Top man. I thought it would have been him, and Tommy thought it would have been him. But Tommy then goes to the house where Lisa Marie's being kept. He kills two of Vincent's guys, and then he kidnaps Lisa Marie. And honestly, see at this point, I thought Lisa Marie might have been a goner. She admits that the tape is on the laptop, so he takes the laptop. And he kidnaps her, takes her back to her place, and then Kate arrives and she's freaking out that Tommy's kidnapped the kid. I mean, rightfully so. Lisa Marie, Vincent, and Uncle Carlo, they're in arguing. Carlo essentially then puts the blame on Vincent, saying, if anything happens to my granddaughter, I'm going to fucking kill you, so I want you to deliver the man that's kidnapped her. Tommy, Egan, then we see Kate bonding a little bit with Lisa Marie, and she kind of hears from Kate that Ghost is in fact James St. Patrick, which is quite good. And then we see at this point when Tommy returns home, it's actually when Paz confronted him in the apartment last episode, and now it makes sense why Tommy was acting so vigilant, because you actually had Lisa Marie and Kate hiding in the back room. So I did like that. Tommy and Lisa Marie are driving. You know, really good acting from this kid here. Normally kids like let themselves down in these sort of shows, but she did really good here. I really liked the scenes confronting Tommy about life and shit. It's like, was my daddy a bad man? He's like, yes, he was. Proctor was a dirty motherfucker. And then also she reveals that I did actually hear him let my mother die and all that crazy malarkey, man. Absolutely mental. We also see 2-Bit phone Tommy, which of course we've seen. He then drops off Elise Marie. So, I mean, Tommy does have a heart. I'm not denying that he doesn't. But honestly, I wouldn't have ruled it out him killing this kid. Like, if he had no other option, he would. I mean, I guess in certain situations, most people would. To be honest, Tommy then confronts Tyreek and he's like, I need to save your dad. Because he's kind of realised with the talking with Lisa Marie that Ghost ain't the guy who killed Lakeisha, and obviously he's found out for Tasha, so now he wants to save him from Dre. And he's like, I'm going to have to kill Dre. But Tyreek's like, nah, fuck it. Tommy, I ain't helping you save my dad's life. He deserves to die. He deserves to die. And then as Tommy's heading to truth, he gets confronted by Vincent and his goons. Like, and at this point, he's completely and utterly outnumbered, and he just kills them all. Like, I get it. Tommy's like one of the main characters. They can overbook him a bit, but he just literally wiped out like 10 members of the mob and then battered Vincent to a pulp, who actually had the gun on the back of Tommy's head. Quite incredible, to say the least. And then he finally gets in. He hears the gunshot. He gets into truth. And we see Ghosts. Like, Ghost is final moments. Tommy's there. Ghost is still alive. He's like, hey, bro, it's okay. It's okay. And then the killer ain't quite revealed, but Tommy went to shoot them and Ghost said, no, it's alright, Tommy, don't shoot them. So who is the killer? No idea who the killer is. I mean, was it Tyreek? Was it Tasha? Could it be? I mean, it's not Sax, right? It has to be someone who Tommy just wouldn't kill. Who could it be? Honestly. What? Tommy couldn't believe it, and he had like a face like thunder. I don't think it's Tyreek. It could be Tyreek. Will it be? I don't. You know what? I'm really intrigued because they are going to reveal it in the finale who it was, right? But who the hell is it going to be? Ghost then dies in Tommy's arms, and it was quite a sad scene, seeing Ghost die. Tommy then returns, and Kate like accusing Tommy of murdering Ghost, and essentially at this point it's all over. It's good night. Kate cuts ties. She's like, he was a real son to me. You weren't, Tommy. It's like, hold on, he wasn't even your son. Tommy then gets a new car. He phones 2-Bit and he's like, you're a good motherfucker, 2-Bit. Me and you are good. I'll see you in 20 years. But obviously he learned about Spanky. And what does he do? He kills Spanky. We get one final scene here. Spanky's like, hey man, it was either do that time or, you know, I thought it was you fucking snitch, homie. And then Spanky's like, well, where are you heading? He's like, but if I tell you I'm going to have to kill you, Spanky. He's like, California. Hell. And then just shoots Spanky. So Spanky's dead. He then pays a visit to Elisa Marie. And, you know, it looks like Tommy's going to leave here in his new car. And then he stands on the copy of the recording. And then as he's leaving, she then decides to give him the only other remaining copy, which is in the lock. And he's like, you're a cool kid. You had it on you this whole time. Smart motherfucker. He leaves. He drives in his car. He sees the bridge. He hears on the news, of course, that like Ghost is dead. And I believe like Tate's running. Was it Tate running? Can't remember what he heard on the radio, but that is it, guys. I really enjoyed this episode, just like the Dre one, because like I said, I just don't think Paz deserved an episode to herself, but Tommy and Dre, Tommy absolutely, of everyone left in this show, he deserved it, and I think the finale is going to be given to Tyreek and Tasha. I think that's who it's going to be based off, and we'll probably get Sax as well wrapped up in there, and we'll have to wait and see, guys. But anyway, really good episode. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Ending strong here with Paul. I mean, I think the Paz episode, she just didn't need it, man. Like an hour of Paz, really. Anyway, till next time, 9 out of 10. Peace.